Guys. Oh, good morning, guys. Yeah, so today I wanted to talk about something a little bit different. This is Kate with Kate's Dogs and 101 Dog Spots. And I'm speaking mostly to my Patreon folks here because you guys are so wonderful. I thought I'd give you a little life insight from my grandmother. Um, she had a whole bunch of stuff that she called her butt first. And it was great because yeah, I'd come over to her house and, start the teapot and have a cookie. And then she'd start on her to-do list. Um, that was our ritual. Um, Wonderful woman. And the things on her to-do list though would be, I don't know, it might be something like, uh, packing up the cups or something like that. But then there were what she called the butt firsts. And I love that idea because in order to pack the cups into the box, you had to go out and get some newspapers because you needed to wrap the cups in newspaper before you put them in the box so they didn't break, right? And that meant you had to stop by the store or whatever, and there were all of those but first things that you had to do. And I've noticed in my own life, and as I get older, there's been lots of emergencies lately. Um, and wow, oh my goodness, you think that your life is traumatic and dreadful and everything like that, or that there's always drama and everything going on, and we have a predisposition to believing that drama in bad things and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get into a place in the shade here where you can actually um, see me, and you can see behind me here. There's my pigeon coop and my truck with the hay still on it, and the burn piles, and then this is an interesting little wood pile here that we need to clean up. All these kinds of things which are on the chore list of things to get taken care of. God, and my poor trailer behind me here. Um, all on the chore list to get taken care of, and uh, and they do, and I work on them and stuff like that. But what happens when you run into an emergency? My father-in-law in the hospital, the dogs needing to go into the vet and all that kind of stuff, is you have a tendency to drop everything that you're doing and rush off and take care of the emergency. Absolutely, totally appropriate. Here's the thing, is that if you let these little things pile up around you in between emergencies, then it's harder to take care of the emergencies. Because, for example, if I was to have, like last year or the year before, we had big fire warnings. Um, it was just a really, really bad fire season. Well, if my trailer isn't well prepped, then before I load the horses in the trailer and drive them somewhere safe, I have to come out here, I have to fill up the tires, I have to, you know, make sure that everything's in running order. So there's something that I've noticed, which um, I love watching older people, because older people, now there's lots of reasons for this. They've been through all of these life experiences, so they have a uh, they've been through all these butt first. They've been through all these emergencies, and they've learned through harrowing times, having little children and all that kind of stuff, to keep their castle tight. Let me call it that. Keep their um, ship shape, right? Because you never know when you're on a ship, especially a sailing ship, when you're going to get a storm out of nowhere, especially, back a couple hundred years ago before we had great weather forecasting. But even now, we got weather forecasts that are 2-3 days or not super great. So you always kept your ship in the best condition possible so you were ready for these kinds of events, and so that once there was an event, you had the best chance of recovering possible. You didn't have to repair ropes um, before you even, used them to repair something. They were already repaired. So when you have the chance, when you have time in your busy schedule, take a few minutes to clean up something, to take something um, and put it where it needs to be, and that kind of stuff. And that will make your life so much easier when uh, when stuff hits the fan, right? So today I've got I got a couple of appointments to make for the dogs to go into the vet, and I've got to help my father-in-law come in and um, get settled in with a bed from. He's getting released from the hospital, and so last night we got the bed set up, and today, my dishes are clean, and I'm ready to make breakfast for the dogs as soon as we finish with our morning dog walk. So my tip for the day: don't stress yourself out. Don't panic. Don't stay up until 2 a.m. getting all this stuff done. That's a mindset of fear and panic, and that's not good for you because then you carry it over to the next day. But take the time to keep your stuff ship shape when you have the chance. All right, guys, it was great chatting with you, and I hope to see you soon.